So I live near London, and London is a setting for many famous literacy locations. And today I'm going to go to some of these locations and tell you about their real world history and their literacy importance. Are you ready? Let's go. Platform 9 and 3 quarters. Platform 9 and 3 quarters is the location where Harry Potter, witches and wizards take the express to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. The spark of an idea that would one day evolve into Harry Potter struck J.K. Rowling while she was sitting on a delayed train from Manchester to King's Cross in 1990. Her parents also met at King's Cross on a train to Scotland. The station has a special meaning for her. Unfortunately, when J.K. Rowling was writing the King's Cross scenes in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone depending on what version you read, she was thinking of the layout of Euston Station, as you can see here. There is nothing between platforms 9 and 10 at Euston, or King's Cross. Between the two platforms are two railway lines. The Harry Potter scenes were filmed at Euston on platforms 4 and 5, and exterior shots were filmed at St Pancras because they looked prettier than King's Cross. Now you can visit the Harry Potter shop at King's Cross, where you can buy souvenirs and have your picture taken. Platform 9 and 3 quarters isn't the only magical platform at King's Cross. Platform 7.5 is used for the magical Orient Express, and other platforms can be used for special events, such as visiting music concerts. Jumping back to platform 9 for a minute, there's a rumour that Boudica, queen of the Isangi tribe, fought against the Roman occupation of Britain, is buried somewhere between platforms 7 and 10. The British Library. Although not the setting of any particular novel, the British Library does house novels, and almost everything else in fact. There are over 150 million items in the library's collection, including Henry VIII's love letters to Anne Boleyn, the original Magna Carta, Shakespeare's first folio, experts believe to be the original Beowulf script, and Queen Victoria's personal diaries. As you can see, they're currently holding a Harry Potter exhibition at the moment. I went there several weeks ago. It's a tour around Hogwarts classrooms, with the inspiration of what's taught in each lesson on display. For example, in the Herbology exhibition, you can see what a real mandrake would look like, and in Care Magical Creatures, you can see the inspirations behind dragons, unicorns, and werewolves. I wrote a similar website post to this some time ago, link in the description. Rather alarmingly, one of the vaults of the British Library is less than 10 metres away from the Victorian line of London Underground, 221B, Baker Street. 221B is famous for the detective Sherlock Holmes, so famous in fact, that there is a giant statue of Sherlock outside the Baker Street tube station. Fans and tourists flock all over the world to visit his house on 221B Baker Street, but ironically, they might have the wrong address. This is not 221B Baker Street. This is a museum and shrine to Sherlock Holmes. The author of Sherlock Holmes, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, published the first Sherlock story, A Study in Scarlet, in 1887, in which Sherlock's address was 221B Baker Street. Unfortunately, in 1887, house numbers on Baker Street didn't go as high as 221. Baker Street was in fact two roads, Baker Street and Upper Baker Street. There was a 221 on Upper Baker Street, and in the first draft of A Study in Scarlet, Doyle wrote Upper Baker Street, but the descriptions of the story don't match the location. When the two roads were merged into one in the 1930s, the location of 221 fell under an Abbey National Bank who hired someone to answer Sherlock's fan mail that was sent to them. I've got to say, that must be the best job ever. The Sherlock Holmes Museum is actually at numbers 237 till 241, but since the bank closed in 2005, all post for Sherlock Holmes is sent to the museum. Just a quick note, this cafe definitely isn't 221B Baker Street. This is Speedy's Cafe, also known as Mrs. Hudson's Snacks, on 187th North Gower Street. It's used as 221B Baker Street in the BBC version of Sherlock, because the real Baker Street is decorated with Sherlock memorabilia, which will stick out during filming. You can go inside the cafe and order food, and the layout of the cafe is the same as the TV show, only difference being the photos between the cafe owner and the cast members were placed during filming. Apparently, You can order a Sherlock surprise or a Moriarty meal. I've not been brave enough to try. Finally, I want to show you one of my favourite statues in London. The statue is a stone's throw away from Charing Cross Station, Trafalgar Square, and the Connection at St Martin's, which is a homeless charity. The statue is called A Conversation with Oscar Wilde. It was built with the support of Dame Judi Dench and Sir Ian McKellen. The statue contains one of my favourite quotes, which is quite apt since it's next to a homeless charity. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.